Half an hour later, Dougie makes the announcement. And at that point in time, there were no for the deal not to close. And shortly after 5 o'clock, when I closed, I called the buyer, and he's just like, "What happened?
What the
what
fuck?
did I buy?" And
The
I'm
deal
just
went
like,
through. The buyer.
The deal went
the buyer bought
through.
it. So when the Greenbelt legislation came out to release 7,400 acres from the Greenbelt to be developed, there was one particular area that was targeted, which is in Pickering, called the Duffins Rouge Ag Preserve.
I have your
And
surprises.
we've had people on the
here.
show, and long story short is one of the sellers, through contacts of mine, wanted to sell their property, honestly, because they were ready to sell. There was like retirement, there was all sorts of different things going on in their life. This wasn't like a opportunistic type of situation where it was just because this announcement came. They had been thinking about it, they were running a business, it was time to close it down, they had all sorts of things going on, they wanted to sell. So they said to us, well, what should we do? And of course, they're interviewing different people and they're talking to different agents and everyone's giving their story. And I told them at that time, you have no idea what's going to happen, if this is going to change or it's going to, go back, or if there's going to be any things that, might make the land worth less. And the risk is, if you do sell now, there's still like a bit of gray area. It's a maybe. So you may not get the money that you're hoping for. But if you don't sell and they change it back, you're definitely not going to get the money that you're hoping for. So everyone had this number in the sky. They were all thinking like $1 million an acre, $2 million an acre, $1.5 million an acre. Like everyone had all these ideas.
Yeah.
And so long story short is we got a few offers, some big developers bid, some smaller developers bid, but everybody who was bidding all had a lot of experience, all owned a lot of land. In Durham region, we sold it to a guy in the area. We sell a 10-acre parcel in the Duffin Rouge Ag Preserve.
Wait, are you joking right now? Or is
No,
dead
this
serious.
is full.
So we sell the parcel.
Okay.
We sell the parcel for good money, way above what it was worth 2 years ago. Okay, to a developer. The closing date ended up getting pushed until yesterday, the 21st of September.
Thank God.
So on the 21st of September, the 20th, the 19th, whatever, we got insurance issues. No, they're not insuring. This is insuring. We got closing. The extension is being talked about. Everyone's going left and right. And the seller's like, TK, I don't care if he's got insurance. I don't care what he needs to do. I don't care whose name it's going to be under. You just close that deal on the 21st and make sure that we get the money. And I was just like, whatever you say. So I'm going back and forth, buyer, lawyers, seller, everybody. And I just said, look, he doesn't have it. Push forward. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't ask for nothing.
And at 2:30 p.m. yesterday, the seller's lawyer messages us and says, we're in funds. We got the money. We're ready to close. We're just getting everything done. And I'm like, holy smokes.
Holy
big
shit.
Chunk of money, a lot of zeros. And half an hour later, Dougie makes the announcement. And at that point in time, there were no for the deal not to close. And shortly after 5 o'clock, when I closed, I called the buyer, and he's just like, what happened?
What the
what
fuck?
did I buy? And
the
I'm
deal
just
went
like,
through. The
The
buyer.
deal went
the buyer bought
through.
it. It happened.
Who was the buyer though? Was he a
developer?
Yeah.
Like, look, man. He was supposed to make a ton of money. This was supposed to be a happy ending. The seller got paid this huge premium. The buyer was going to make a ton of money because he's going to land bank it for 10 years and it's going to be worth 20 million. Like this is like a good, happy thing. Like I thought this was, I'm doing a service to the community. And yesterday it felt really bad. It didn't feel good.
Oh my God.
I was happy for my seller, great guy, great family. I'm thrilled for them, but
the buyer's not so happy.
He's going to have to hang on to that property a very long time.
Oh my God, man.
We'll see what happens. I mean, anything can happen. You guys don't know.
Not as long as the Rice family.
The next guy could come in and change things again, right? Who knows? But
so there were no mechanisms to stop the sale once it had started at 2:30 p.m. yesterday.
Once the money was transferred, that was it. And I'm
talking get my money back,
half
please?
an hour of the announcement. And I'm telling you, if I was the buyer, that buyer, I'm 100%, but I'll just speak for myself. I would have just said, oh my God, it's no longer released from the Greenbelt. It's back in. Screw you guys. Keep my deposit. Sue me, because those losses would be way less than.
Oh yeah.
the amount
Oh,
of money.
yeah,
No,
man,
that
we
money
gotta-
was wired already. It wasn't coming back. If they were in funds, it was wired like not instantly, right?
It was
takes a while.
it was in the lawyer's trust account. It was a done deal.
Oh, what a
Holy-
win.
Yeah. It was a
That's
big win
like
for,
Indiana Jones grabbing the hat, you know?
yeah,
The last second.
yeah, like,
Holy.
it felt that way. It felt that way. And talking to him today, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. You know, like
Your
there's a lot of
seller-
moving parts here.
Your seller
Oh.
is feeling the same glee that Gundobad is feeling about this whole thing. You should see his videos on TikTok. Like you could see,
Yeah.
he's like, he won.
I think
you
he's
know?
the
It's
one
like he
who
did it.
convinced Ford. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
He did
Ford
it.
saw his videos and was just like, I don't want to mess with that guy.
That
So-
is fucking unreal, man. So wait, the seller was he also a land speculator slash
No,
or was
family
it a
owned for
farm?
50 years or something like that. You know, just time to retire. I mentioned this in the beginning of the story. Just time to retire. There was no like opportunistic type of like, oh my gosh, it was just like, hey, I'm ready to retire now. Nobody else is selling. Why don't I go through with selling the property now?
So you're telling me that this 10 acres was in the DRAP, the Duffins Rouge Agricultural Reserve, and it was just adjacent to that chunk of land
Surrounded by
Gasparis
DeGasperis owned family
So he kind
property.
of slid in on the back end of that, and because they just took out that whole chunk. But he probably was not involved in the backroom dealing that, got that
God
taken out.
no. God no, he's a farmer.
Wow.
He knows nothing about this stuff.
Can you tell us the dollars per acre that he sold it to this new speculator for?
Yeah, 660,000 an acre.
Damn.
What's it worth now today?
I don't know. I don't want to say
40 grand. Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.